Hey there, everybody. Welcome to the second episode of ADC 101. Today's topic is going to be CSing and how to get better at it. So most of the time, when you actually look up at high-low players, you might seem to wonder how do they actually get those huge CS a minute numbers? Well, I mean, after watching a lot of ex-pros and pros, I did realize that not all of them actually have perfect CS in lane. Yet, post-game numbers look pretty high. So how do they actually do that? Well, it's rather simple. I will break this video down into three parts and show you how you can improve your CS a minute through various methods. Number one is going to be CSing in lane. This method of CSing will allow you to gain that 10 CS a minute number, but the problem is that normally if you're not really that good at last hitting, that might be a bit of a problem. And unfortunately, there are no shortcuts to getting perfect CS in lane. It's all about practice really, and estimating how much damage your autos do to minions. Just letting you know that in the first 10 minutes you can get 114 CS. So the moment you see that mark, you can evaluate on your CSing compared to the perfect CSing number, which is 114. But do not worry, normally even high elo players tend to miss 10 to 30 CS in the first 10 minutes. So if you want to become more consistent, you might as well go into a custom game and try to practice that. As I said before, unfortunately there are no shortcuts to getting better at last hitting. Number two is going to be the good old jungle. This kind of CSing is actually also referred sometimes as dirty farming. I know that some of you might hate me for saying this, but you should always take your or the opponent's jungle so that you would not lose any money. I did touch on that in my other video, but I might as well repeat myself second time. Basically, if you see that a jungle camp is up, that means that you're pretty much losing gold per minute. I can show you what I mean by using a rather simple example. So you have 5 minutes. Respawn time of a jungle camp is a minute. If you're aware of the jungle camps and aware of the respawn time and overall timing, you'll be able to kill it 4 times in that 5 minute span. 4 because obviously you have only 5 minutes and it takes some time to kill it. And once again, let's just say that one camp is equivalent to 100 gold. So do the calculations and see the results. The reason why I bring this up is because some people do not really realize this kind of things, and instead of killing the camp 3 or 4 times, they kill it only once or maybe even never. So next time you see a camp, take it. Another thing that you should probably do when you're trying to rotate or get an objective is, taking the camp while being on the way. Let me show you a clip of what I mean. So basically in this clip our next objective is Baron, and I was actually trying to look for any jungle camps that I can deny, and well, on the way I found a blue buff, which first of all gave me a bit of gold, and I was not late for Baron, and I'm pretty sure those like extra 3 seconds would not actually make any difference. So make sure to put that into consideration next time you're gonna do it. Now you might be wondering, when can I actually take those camps? Because normally you don't really want to steal it from your jungler, you just want to find the right opportunity to take it. So a good rule of thumb is when you see that the jungler is going top, but there's a camp bot lane, so you might as well just kill it, because he will not be on the way and it will take quite a while for him to get to that bot camp. Might as well just take it, why not? And the last tip regarding jungle camps is going to be, a rather obvious one as well. If you took a turret or maybe have some sort of pressure on the map, you should probably take enemy jungle camps, because you want to starve out your opponents and deny them gold. And when it comes to taking enemy jungle camps, it doesn't really matter who gets it. As long as you deny the gold, you're fine. And number 3. The last tip that I feel like a lot of people do not really think about as much is catching the waves on the other side of the map as an ADC. Obviously normally it's top lane's job or mid lane's job to do that, but since you are an ADC and normally your time to shine will be the late game, you have to get to the stage as fast as you possibly can. Sometimes you have to split from the team to achieve that. The question is, when can you go and catch those waves? Once again, you have to evaluate and analyze the situation on your own. but normally you want to check the map and see how big the wave is and how much spare time do you have. Most of the time, people waste a lot of their time not knowing where to go and pretty often end up in an A ramp. Normally, when those kind of situations occur, you have to get gold elsewhere, since the probability of you getting CS in that kind of situation is rather small. So if you actually end up in an ARAM situation, that might be a good time for you to split for a bit. But let's just say your team got engaged on, and because of that, your team is actually losing a team fight. In that scenario, it would be pretty stupid for you to come and join the team. You might as well just start pressuring the lane elsewhere and start chipping away the turret. And maybe, because of the pressure that you actually provide, the enemy will draw attention to you and start to retreat. So after telling you about those three tips, I might as well tell you what you should prioritize more. The number one thing you want to prioritize is going to be the enemy jungle camps. Unless it's unsafe to do, you should always take them since you want to deny the gold. Number two is going to be minions, since once again you can lose them to your own minions, and because of that lose gold. And obviously number three is going to be your own jungle. As an ADC, you don't really need to take all the camps, but well, if you have an opportunity, take them, but don't really steal them from your jungler. Recap. So in the end, three main things that might help you improve your CSing are going to be practicing CSing in a custom game, taking your own jungle and enemy jungle camps, and sometimes splitting from your team actually helps more than grouping. And basically these are the three main things that helped me to get those huge CS a minute numbers. I do hope that at least something in this video was useful for you and that it might help you in the future. Other than that, thank you for watching and see you later.